Welcome inside a brand new 2025 186BH in Apex's Nano series. This is a wonderfully placed unit that falls very nicely between the big brother 208 BHS with a slide out and the little brother, the 185BH. So if you have a bigger family, kids that are growing quickly, this might be the perfect fit for you. So we're going to take you through the inside first, and then we'll do a quick exterior tour showing off any of the new changes as well as all the standard features here, and there are plenty. So this is well set up to be off-grid as well, and we'll take you through some of those features in just a second here. So as we come in the door, we're going to have our main switch for our awning here. We've got our light switch for the under mount LED light on the awning. We do have a Bluetooth removable speaker here, so that's something you could bring to the table here, but also outside, or also bring to the beach as well. Has a little charging station. There is an additional USB output that you could use as a charging vessel as well. This unit we bring in with the Murphy bed as the primary reason, two reasons, but you do get that additional seating area, which is definitely a bonus. You don't lose any storage, which sometimes with the mattress options you do. In this case, if you choose the mattress option, that bed gets a lot smaller. So here you're going to get a 60-inch wide mattress, which is great. So it's, again, a little bit more like home. With their Murphy bed design as well, you don't lose the front window. So you get all that light coming in here on a nice, bright, beautiful day, which makes it feel a lot larger than it is. And you don't really tend to notice that it doesn't have a slide, which is, again, a great little feature. And you don't lose any of the storage. So you've got some great storage underneath here. So it could be an area where you tuck away some bedding, but very deep storage above here up top. And then you've got a small hanging storage area with a shelf, which is removable. You're going to have USB and 120 volt. We do have an emergency exit window here on the side, and then you're going to have the blackout shades on all of our windows here. So up front, if you're somebody who needs a darker area, certainly you're going to have that. You do also have the privacy curtain at night. So again, it can be an area where you could be changing, or again, just give you some privacy at night. And then being the parents' end, you do have the door right next to you, which is very convenient, especially if you have little ones. You can make sure they're not going where they shouldn't, especially at nighttime. So with the dinette standard in here, it does give you that fourth bed option, and it's just a great area to be able to sit and relax inside if the weather's not cooperating, but it's also a wonderful area for storage. So you do have access to storage here from the top, as well as both doors. Beautiful new fabric they brought in for 24, so it's more of a dark navy fabric here, which does help to hide some spills in the future. You have great storage above. And this is one of the few models where you have that dinette looking onto your campsite. So if it's a night where the bugs are bothering the kids, or just maybe the weather's turned on you, you can actually still look at your campsite. You're not staring at your neighbors, which is something over time that people really, really appreciate about this design. You do have kitchen right across. So again, if you're preparing a meal, if you just want to sit and enjoy the seat here and prep a meal, you can. There is a sink insert as well. So this will be a complete countertop that is fully usable to be able to prep a meal. For 2024, they brought in some drawers here in the kitchen, and they've kept those, so certainly a very popular feature, something people had asked for. We've got storage up above for all your dishes and those kinds of items. Utensils can go below, as well as your pots and pans. We do have our standard microwave, and then we have just below that our central furnace here. So central furnace that's going to do a good job of heating both ends, being right in the middle. And then right above that in the roof, we do have the central AC as well. So you've got, if you've got 30 amp service at your pole, you'll be able to run those. We've got LED lights throughout, so very bright. You can also individually turn those off. We have an oversized 8 cubic foot 12 volt freezer, so our fridge with separate freezer. There is also an off-grid mode, which is one it's going to sit on that power. So if you are intent on using it on a weekend that you're not necessarily going to have power, we do have 200 watts of standard solar on the off-grid package here. As well, if you can't use that air on 30 amp service, you have a 3-speed fan here, which does a great job of sucking that hot air out. And you've got windows in all the bunks, windows around your front bed, 2 oversized windows here across from each other in the middle. So they're going to do a great job of shedding, again, all that heat, especially when you can't use that AC. So very, very usable features that you are definitely going to use. You also have a power converter just down below. You'll notice the label there. It is ready for lithium, so should you want to upgrade to lithium right away, or in the future, if that's potentially when you're going to be doing more off-grid camping as you get some more experience, it's all ready for it, which is a great feature. You'll notice here, great spot underneath the bottom bunk for storage. That will also lift up, and you can peg it in place. So if you want to store a bike or two back there, or some other large piece of cargo, you could. Certainly had some people that have turned it into a dog bed as well. So there's multiple ways to use that. These are oversized bunks. So the beauty is if you have younger kids, you certainly could have two in here, especially if they get along. But if you've got, kids that are entering the teen years, they're bunks that are going to fit them, really forever, because they can fit adults as well. They'll have power as well in those bunks, individual lights. They're going to have individual curtains, and they're each going to have their own window, which everybody appreciates on a hotter weekend if you are off grid. And then three-piece bath. Again, kitchen and bathroom without that slide. Everything is usable on the road, so great road mode access here. So nice thing is if you have to stop, or maybe you're in a traffic jam for a couple hours, somebody needs to use the bathroom, here you can. So if you've got younger ones, you'll appreciate that there is a tub. You've got a skylight here, which people who are a little bit taller will always appreciate. And then you're going to have ventilation in there as well. So you're going to be able to get that humidity out very quickly. And then you've got great storage for all the things you'll naturally bring with you. Some storage for first aid kits, things like that in your bathroom between your vanity and your medicine cabinet. So lots here to work with, and then lots of areas also to add some command hooks, things like that, for towels and all the other pieces you'll naturally bring with a bigger family here. We're going to take you outside now. Check out from the very front here, our large windshield. So all Apex Nanos will be standard with the front cap and front windshield. New graphics here for the 2025 model. And we have added a front power jack, so it's not an option from Apex, but we have added it to this 186, so it's a very nice complete package, especially if you're using primarily an SUV and a weight distribution system with that. We've got 2 propane tanks here that will be filled as well. Room for multiple batteries. We always supply one with your coach. And then you're going to have a battery cutoff switch. Very handy for storage, because if you turn that switch to the off position, you've killed all power going into the trailer, but that solar is still charging those batteries. So when you come back to pick that unit up, it's ready to go. So very, very nice feature. I love the fact they've kept the LED lights facing forward here, so you've got something to work with at night, especially when you're coming in at night. And then again, that huge window is just letting in so much light. That cap is really cutting down on those areas that you have to reseal over time. You're going to have 4 very large oversized jacks, so very, very stable here. And then you've got some pass-through storage here. We've got all our connections for solar to the one location. The charge controller here is a 30 amp charge controller. So you have standard 200 watts of solar. That charge controller could handle another 200 watt panel. So if you do find yourself in the future starting to go off grid maybe more permanently, then that may be something you look at. For most of our customers, they don't need more solar. What they do need is more and better batteries. So for most of our customers, 2 6-volts will do the job. Certainly lithium is quickly getting to a cost point where it's probably going to be the choice in the next 1 to 2 years for everybody. So something to consider. I love the fact here that you've got the awning starting right at the outside compartment, and it goes right to the very back, and it's actually 1 foot longer than its bigger brother, the 208 BHS, the awning on that unit. So you get just maximum coverage here in terms of shade. You've got your Lippert steady steps. You've got aluminum wheels standard. Our outside kitchen is standard. It's also the largest outside kitchen in any of the bunk units, so you get a little bit more storage here to work with, as well as some more area to be able to place items. You're going to have USB and 120 volt. You've got your standard griddle here, so you've got something to cook with right away. Spare tire here on the back. Great, very bright LED lights. You're going to have a pre-wire for backup camera, and you also have a pre-set up for Lippert's removable ladder. So should a ladder access to the roof be important to you, it is something we keep in stock that you could add at any time. We've got cable and satellite access here on the back. 30 amp service standard. Nice high plumbing here, so we've got black and gray, easy access. We are going to have our water on site should you have it. There, it's right there. And then we do have our black tank flush. So very, very handy, especially if you've owned your coach for a little while, something you appreciate. You don't have to put a wand down the toilet to clean the tank sensors. Here that's done from the outside when you are hooked up to sewer. And then we have our outside shower, so hot and cold water. Backside access to the furnace, so it's great that it doesn't spew that carbon monoxide underneath the awning, so you don't have to worry about backing in a chair and touching it potentially. And then standard now for 2025, new feature here, so it's sort of an endless supply of hot water. You've got a tankless water system here, so again, a little less to it. Something that works quite well, has been around for many, many years on very high-end units, is now being brought down to, again, those lighter weight choices here. So exciting new things coming along, sort of as technology improves. It's certainly trickling down to the ultralight class. And this unit will come in at just over 3,600 pounds, so it's great for a wide range of SUVs, especially that SUV class that tows that 5,000 pounds. Very, very workable here, and great for those mid-sized to larger families. We'd wedge down to Primo RV Center to come a much closer look at this brand new 2025 Apex Nano 186BH.